Good morning and welcome to Soul's Daily Updates. This is a video series that I am doing in order to shed some light on this world of online business. I basically wish that people were making videos like this when I was starting in this whole world, and I just want to increase the transparency because over and over again I hear people in my space being called scammers. I hear people in my space, and by the way, there are a lot of scammers in my space, but there are also loads of legit people, and it is a very, very tangible and actual real way to escape the 9 to 5 matrix and that world. And I wish someone had explained a bit more about what that actually looked like. So I'm creating these videos as a very normal English guy to basically build trust and have complete transparency over what I do with my life and what I do with my day and what my business looks like, in the hope that someone watching this, you maybe watch this and go, oh, maybe I want this life for myself, or maybe I can pick up a few things and actually build a more free and fulfilling life if that is a part of your life that you're trying to kind of improve. So we have a similar structure. We do Q&A, we do then my business numbers, then we do client spotlight, and then we do business strategy. So without further ado, let's go into the comment section and find no responded comments yet. So there we go into business numbers. New YouTube is up and pumping nicely. So, yeah, we got, funny enough, we got a few comments on the bottom of the YouTube video being like, oh yeah, this guy, like, what a scammer. So, or it's like basically just them being like, oh yeah, we knew what this is going to be. And it's funny because it's like, well, yeah, of course, like, I'm not posting videos. I love posting videos, but I'm also a business, so I'm also trying to sell something. But there's this also just like kind of negative viewpoint around courses and course selling and all that sort of thing. And it's like, it never makes any sense to me. And maybe that's actually what I'll chat about in a second. Nice. This is good. Ads are pumping very nicely. We can take a look at them at some point soon. 0, 0, 0. Cool. Okay. So I actually do want to talk about that today. I think sometimes I just like chatting about this in general. So instead of doing a client spotlight, let's just chat about this whole idea of course selling, because I sell a course. Like, don't get me wrong, I 100% sell a course, but that in itself is just leveraged time. So what, like, the way to start any online offer where it's a service-based business is you first sell your time. And then, in fact, I've actually got another Mario board on this. Because what you do is you first sell your time. That's the most important thing to sell. I made a YouTube video basically about like how I get the client results I do, and this is always the fun part. Yeah, so you basically sell your time to start with. So you offer one-on-one calls, you jump on calls with people, you're basically helping people. And then what happens is you start building resources after resource after resource that helps like remove yourself from having the same certain conversations. So that's what I was doing. Is like, for example, every time I like onboard someone, I'm always chatting to them about needing to know their ICP. So I was like, I'm just going to make a resource where someone knows their ICP. And I think this might even be that resource about this is about the kind of closing scripts. But anyway, like, you build those resources to basically remove yourself from needing to do that. And it's not like it removes the value. It just removes yourself and your time so that you don't have to turn up. Then you do group calls, because I realized that a lot of the conversations I was having here were just repeated. So like Diana, one of my clients, would ask the same question as Osha would ask and Soham would ask, all in the same week. So why not just answer them all at the same time? Same thing, right? And then what happens is you start building these resources in group calls and you start noting all these patterns. And then you're like, oh, well, I might as well just build a course on this, because the easiest way for me to deliver my value is through this, but there's no point in me repeating myself over and over again. So you might as well put it into a course. And now what happens, as opposed to me having to do 2 or 3 hours of like onboarding calls with a client to really get them like knowledgeable about how to build an offer, how to do their ICP, they just watch about an hour of course material, and that course material is exactly what I would have said to them. But what happens is they do the work, they inform themselves, and then we jump on a call, and this one-on-one onboarding call is now so much more advanced than it used to be. So I am happily a course seller, because it makes absolute sense to be a course seller, because why the hell would you be someone who turns up every single time that your clients have a problem when you could just help them with a resource and then focus more specifically on other things? It's very funny. Like it's one of those, it's one of my biggest things that like people not understanding this world when they start saying, oh, you just sell courses. I'm like, yes, I do. And it makes so much sense because it means I can help my clients so much more. Anyway, that's my rant over. So yeah, we'll do that, and then let's just talk about what is going on for me today. So I'll be honest with you, I didn't do that much yesterday. I did well. It's funny. I say I didn't do that much. I still did about 3 or 4 hours of work on a Saturday, which I guess like for 9 to 5ers, that's still incredible. But yeah, I didn't feel like I did that much. So I've got a lot to do today. Yeah, I'm. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff basically, but there's I think the main things I'm going to focus on. I need to get my Emirates ID done. Going to take a look at some ads and also create a kind of story analytics for my VA. Then yeah, for the story analytics part, then have to look at a dashboard, creating a dashboard, chatting to my setter about next steps for him and how he wants to grow into the business. And then yeah, just respond to some to-dos, create a London dinner. Josh, one of my clients, had an awesome little Josh had an awesome little day. So that is an awesome little testimonial. So I basically need to get that going, and then we go from there. So that is my day today. Very excited to get on with it, and I will catch you tomorrow.